What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lauren and I just happen to run a lot, and here behind me I have a bookshelf of all the things that I grab and go for running. Today we're going to go through it together, kind of talk about the things that I've used throughout my running journey, as well as organize this because it's literally gone downhill. So if you want to know more about the things that I grab and go for running, my running gear, everything that I organize it with, then go ahead and keep watching. And thank you guys so much for your support. Now let's get going to organize this. The top part here, the only thing I have to take off is this Bears snowman, bear down, and the Cubs snowman because it's not really wintertime anymore. It is January 11th, I think. These guys have got to go, unfortunately. Never mind. Another thing. My Joy to the World little decoration. So this is all just Christmas stuff. After all the Christmas stuff is gone, what I have here, oops, sorry, little bookshelf. What I have here is my Hennepin 50 finisher medal. This thing I am so proud of. I want it hung up in my house. I want it framed, but it's so heavy. Before I get it hung up and framed, it's just gonna sit right here on its own little pedestal. And then back here, I have a watercolor painting that my grandma made that was always in her house before she passed. And I got gifted that when she passed. And so I hang it right there to remember her and always keep her in my heart. On this middle shelf, it's nothing to do with running either. It's literally just fake leaves from Riddler's enclosure that he's tried to eat. I put it in a little vase that one of the kids I teach gave to me. I have my salt lamp to remind me to breathe. As long as a little wax melt to go along with it. On the sides here, I have my finisher medal for the Hennepin 50. I got second place running 50 miles in my age category. So this guy I love a lot. It's handmade, so I'm scared to wear it. And so instead it is a little decoration on the side there. On this side, I have my Knox Gear light up vest. If you press this button, it literally lights up like crazy. If you've been watching some of my YouTube shorts or follow me on TikTok or Instagram at Lauren Runs A Lot, you've seen that I've been using this a ton since being gifted it in Christmas. So this guy hangs on the side over here with another really important thing that I use every single day, ever since I bought it at least, is my Garmin heart rate strap. Now I use this for every single run just to get a more accurate heart rate. Since my Garmin watch isn't the best or most accurate at getting heart rate, I've decided to splurge and get this heart rate strap. So ever since I've gotten this, I've been using it every single run. I have forgotten it on a couple, but for majority of my runs, I do use this heart rate strap, so that's good to grab on the go. And then my last little guy hanging here is my Salomon ADV Skin 12 liter, I think it is. This guy got me through 50 miles as well as a majority of my training runs. I absolutely love it. I previously used to use a lot of the brand Nathan vests, like water packs. You'll see those a little bit later down below, but this guy is my pride and joy. Since switching over to Salomon, it's a game changer. So if you're wearing a vest and you're chafing or it's bouncing up and down, I would 1000% every single time tell you, have you tried Salomon or have you thought about switching vests? Because this is my pride and joy, no bounce, fits my body like a glove, and got me through my first 50-mile ultra marathon. So this guy is always on my grab and go. If I'm running anything, honestly, at this point, any mileage, I'm grabbing this. Next is this little guy right here. So this, I like to keep all of my hats, gloves, winter gear in here. I do work in an outside school, so I do also keep all my other stuff in here that's cold weather gear ready to grab and go. It is January, it is cold. That should be what is all in here. So let's go through that. First thing I have are these Target mittens. I love these ones because you're able to put your hand in here. It's closed off, but if I'm doing social media content or I just need to text someone back on the phone, I can pull the mitten back. But if I go like this, it magnets to the back, so it's not going to be flopping around. It's going to stay there. Little investment that I have for fall runs or colder runs, not for like negative degree runs. These are for good fall runs. For any runs that are around 30 degrees to 20 to 10 degrees, I'll wear these guys right here. I don't even know what brand they are. Oh my goodness. They're by the brand Manzella. They are my favorite gloves. They have lost their touch to the phone though. So like, you know how some mittens or gloves, you could touch a cell phone, it'll actually like press things. These guys, I think I put them through the wash too many times and they've lost that ability. So crying in the club. But these are some of my favorite gloves for grab and go, especially for like 30, 20 degree weather. Okay, the camera may look different just because I had a brief intermission. I knew I had mittens somewhere, but I forgot that I let Zach, my fiance, borrow them last night for that Bears versus Packers wild game, and they're left in a car. So that is all right, but typically I do have my really warm mittens with me as well in here. let's jump back in. I have 3 packs of hand warmers just in case it gets really, really cold. I have a headlamp, which should not probably be in here. It should be in a different one. I got this for Christmas from my fiance. It's a Petzl headlamp. It's just super lightweight and I've loved it so far. It's 500 lumens, which is my other headlamp, but this one's just lightweight and hopefully holds a better charge. In this bin, I also have my very first knit headband. I don't run in this, but I definitely hold it dear to my heart because my best friend taught me how to knit, and while I was in Houston to visit her, I knit this. Just reminds me of her and keeps my ears warm. I have 2 different types of summer hats in here. I have my Target black visor, and I also have this Lululemon hat that I bought on final sale on their little clearance section. I only buy Lulu when it's on clearance. This guy got me through a lot of runs, as well as this guy right here, depending on what I'm feeling for that summer running day. Now, these 2 guys are running scarves for when it is super duper hot and I just dunk this in cold water, cold ice water, and put it around my neck. This one got me through my 50-mile race, and this one I just haven't used yet, but I was gifted from my mom from a different race, and she knows how much I use this one that she thought, hey, let's get her a second one. And these I got from other races. So lots of other races have different vendors that come in and like sit there and give out free stuff, like stuff that you wouldn't find in your little packet pickup bag. And so my mom grabbed this one, I grabbed this one, and I'm in love with them. They're very nice for super duper hot long runs. The last 2 things in this bin is my umbrella, which I think is not broken. I'm actually not sure, but I'm not gonna test the superstition of opening up an umbrella inside. So I guess I'll find out when it's actually raining and I need an umbrella. The last and final thing in here is, which ones are these? Oh my goodness, I forget what I have. I have Marvel sunglasses. How cool! I love these guys. These are from the brand Gooder. If you ever have the chance to grab good sunglasses that don't bounce, Gooder is the brand to grab. I know I have other sunglasses, so I'm gonna go ahead and set these aside. If you don't know by now, I've just been throwing things on the ground and then I'm gonna put it all back in there. I'll put these in a little pile. Hopefully I can find the other 2 versions of the glasses I have. We will find out together. Okay, now it's to tackle the bottom bin. I'm gonna move this over here and grab this bin and pull it up so it's easier to grab. This bin has a lot of random things in it. Let's go through it together. I'm gonna pull my vests out first and make sure nothing's actually in them. This is my first ever running vest by that brand Nathan. I love it. It's super nice, but I ended up chafing a little bit more than I thought I was going to. It's still a really good pack to have, especially as a beginner, and to get you a step in the door with all of running. One thing that really bothered me with this pack, especially when I got into longer distance running, is that the bladder for the back didn't really fit very nice, and it fit not a lot of water. It's actually dyed pink. Yep, it's in here. Let me actually just pull it out. Guys, it dyed the bladder pink. I wasn't lying. So that just makes me question what else was leaking into my skin. But you could tell I use this a ton. I honestly should just wash all of these and then put them back. Don't remember the last time it was washed, which probably is also my fault that it turned pink. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm cleaning this out. I'm going to be washing all my flasks and bladders, so that's in a different pile, but that goes in this guy. I ended up just needing more water and more space to hold all my stuff, so then I upgraded to a different vest. If you watch my channel and if you've been watching my ultra marathon training vlogs and my final video, you would know that this is the vest that I did majority of my 50-mile training in before I got my Solomon vest. So this guy was like $220. I was like, oh my gosh, do I really want to like put the money towards it? But I ended up saying yes, and I found a good deal on Amazon, so I did purchase it. The amount of space that this thing can hold and the random little zippers and everything, that's what really drew me to this one here, as well as just being able to hold a higher literage of as well as you're able to hold more water. I also really loved the fact that the back bladder was super large, but that it could also hold 2 front bottles, which I was excited to try. I know that a lot of like big runners, they carry water in the back and then some sort of like tailwind electrolyte mix up front, and so that's what I kind of integrated into my 50-mile training. One thing that I started noticing that also made me want to switch to Solomon or to try a different running vest or brand is it started chafing on my phone. So where I would put my phone, I'll show you here. If you open this up, It started breaking. This is how much I used it. Unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to this guy. It was wearing and tearing. This is just a mini training vest. I don't even know the last time I wore this. I'm not sure if I'm okay with retiring her yet, but her time might be soon. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this bag right here. What is it labeled? Backup water bladder. Oh yeah. When I was getting ready for my 50-mile race, I packed anything and everything that I needed, and that included all my leftover bladders just in case my bladder that I wanted to use for my 50 race just stopped. Just broke, started leaking. I needed a backup. I have oh my goodness, I just had a flashback. I was at my boyfriend's house when he lived with his parents, and I lost one of the water bladder like tops. So one of these I just can't even use. I have a Nathan 14 fluid ounce water cup. I'm gonna put that to wash. This next one's nasty. Let me just hold up the other one next to it. Hold on. Can you tell which one was just water and which one was Tailwind / electrolyte mix? Ugh, I can. Smells super clean though, but I'm gonna throw it in the wash just another time. These guys got me through a lot of my running. I love these flasks, but I do, however, like one brand a little bit more, which we'll find out soon, but these are a good starter. I upgraded these just because these are 14 fluid ounces and I needed to carry a little bit more water on the trails and on my runs, as well as I like the shape of these. I like how they're soft, but there is another brand that's just a little bit ergonomical that just holds against my body a little bit more easier. Ew, I definitely need to wash these. With both of those two flasks, I have two nipples. I think they're called nipples. I'm gonna call them nipples. They're two water nipples that need to be washed. Ooh, really bad. I also have this extenders. Ooh, guys, I just learned I'm just horrible at cleaning. These are definitely getting washed. These are a little bit extenders for that Nathan brand, so thank you. I bought these extenders just because the water cup would be all the way down here and I need to like reach down, but if I had this on it, all I'd have to do is reach over like this. Made it a little bit easier to run and drink at the same time. Looks like I also have one of my bladder tubes that basically hooked into the back, and then this part I would drink out of. Gonna clean that as well. Oh, and just found this in here. Here's that second one. Gonna clean that again. I have another one of those ice pack scarves for hot days. I'll throw that in that pile. I also have this Carhartt beanie that I just found, and that is for just cold weather for every day. So I'm gonna throw that in the everyday pile. And then the next thing I grabbed out of there is these Amphipod phone holders. I have two different versions of them. So I have the really old version and the really new version. The old one has a very thick connector and this new one has a very thin one. It also has their brand on it, which is really cool. This one's a little bit more heavier. This one's a little bit more lighter. This one is a little bit chunky on the body and this one is definitely more flush. More often than not, I do grab the thin and flush one, my newer version of this belt when I'm going on a run if I don't need a vest or water to carry, just so I can make sure I can carry my car keys, my phone, my house key, anything that I need to carry. I grabbed this one. It does look like I may have to retire this one because I truly just don't grab it. The one that's thick and old, thin and new. As sad as it is, I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire, but I'm gonna keep her. She's like still working, but not as much. But this guy, I'm gonna go ahead and put towards my vests. The next two things I have are some of my reflective gear that's just not light up. It's more light reflective. This is a running vest that my mom gave me like 5 years ago when she was scared of me running outside by myself. I think I've used it once. Bless her soul. It's just a little large on me, so every time I run, it's like just in my way. But definitely gonna keep this because safety is number one. And then I also have this Target All in Motion reflective band. I put this on my arm or sometimes even around my pack. Before I had a bunch of lights, I would put this around my pack like this. And then it would be full, it would stay right there. And so from the back, if anyone were to shine a light, they'd see like something is here. But then I've also, again, put it on my arm. Either way, very versatile. I will be keeping. I had two of them. Don't know where the other one went. Good thing I'm going through all of this. Oh my goodness. I found another one of my Gooder glasses. These ones I used during my 50-mile race. They are my Loki glasses. And these ones mean a lot to me because, as you guys know, I love reptiles. I currently have one reptile. His name is Riddler. He's a bearded dragon. If you guys watch my series, you'll know him. He's a very good boy. But before I had him, I had another boy named Loki. And at 6 months old, he had a brain aneurysm, which I had no idea was possible. possible for reptiles or even bearded dragons. He's always in my heart. My personal first pet loss, that was really tough, but now I get to love on Riddler every single day. Someone in my old run group who was very special to me got me these glasses because he noticed that I saw them in the store and it made me think of Loki, but I was very sad at the time, but he ended up surprising me with these. These glasses mean a lot to me and they're very special. They're just, the meaning behind it is a lot. So I love these guys right here. I am a little upset that they have a little scratch on them, and I'm not sure when that happened. Speaking of my third pair of glasses, I see them in this little bag, so I'm gonna pull this one out next. This seems to be my 50-mile like emergency pack. These are the third pair of Gooder glasses that I was talking about. These guys are Glacial National Park glasses. They have been used a ton. These are my first Gooder glasses ever, and they inspired me to buy 2 more pairs and possibly even a new pair in the future. If Gooder has a good collaboration, I might just have to jump on that. Although I may not run in these glasses very often, they are very sentimental. They are my first glasses that I've ever used for running. I even lost the little pouch to put them in. That's how long I've had them. The last couple things in here are just miscellaneous. These are apparently a little gear bib tab from one of my bibs, safety pins, as well as reusable kind of pins that help get a bib on. So I'm gonna put that in its own new pile. Then I also have, this bag is labeled chargers, but there's definitely no chargers in there. It seems like I have some Body Glide, which prevents chafing. This stuff saved me from my 50-mile race as well as my marathons these past couple years. Best anti-chafing balm. I haven't tried any other brands though, so you know, you only see one, you use one, it is the best. I do have 2 of those. One is new, one is old. I think I got one on sale, and so I was like, oh, I'll need one. It also looks like I have another headband. Any headbands that I find, I'm just gonna put them on my wrist. I need to put those somewhere where I know I can find them. If you know, you know. You buy like a 20 pack of headbands and they're all gone in the month. Like, where did all your headbands go? I'm trying to save them and make sure I don't lose them. I have 2 Amphipod light reflecting lights. These guys I put on my packs during a morning run where I may not need to have as much reflection on me, but still need to be seen and visible if I'm in the streets to make sure I'm staying safe. So these little guys just clasp onto anything. So I'll put those in. Do I have a light pile? Ooh, and look at this. I also have an Amphipod, running light that is out of battery. Wait, I did charge it. Oh, nice. So this guy has multiple different lumens and different like ways that it flashes, red, white, all that jazz. And so this guy also has a little clasp on it. I used to run with all of these little lights all around me, but ever since getting the really flashy one, I haven't used these, but I bet there's gonna be another time where I do need these, which is why I'm keeping them. Oh my goodness, I'm finding things that I have not used in years. This is a Nathan running belt, which has 2 different water bottle holders here, although I don't know where these little bottles went. Unfortunately, with this design, you can only use their water bottles, and so if you lose them, they break, you have to buy new ones. This also bounces a lot, so I don't typically go and grab this anymore. The one thing that really bothered me with this running belt is it always slid up. It never had a good elasticity or good hold on my waist. I always found myself running and then pushing it down, which is never something you want to do during running, so I never really grabbed this guy, as well as I think this is size small and it like doesn't fit me, and I am a size small. So that was a little disappointing. I think this was my first running belt that I really put money into before I got into vests. So possible retirement. I wonder if I can rip this off. I think these are better for hiking than running. So not retiring yet, but gonna keep it there. Jumping back over to flasks, this is the Salmon flask. I believe it's 17 fluid ounces. So it's 3 more fluid ounces than the other one, holds just a little bit more. And this one is just better to fit in my body. It tapers down and thins out. So when it holds inside of the vest, it's not like chunky all the way through like the other bottle would be. It's thinned and then just sits right there nicely, doesn't jungle up and down. This one also fits around my Solomon vest where all I do is I put a little string and it holds it right here towards my chest. So this isn't bouncing up and down, it's literally staying right there. So this design is just top tier. I do have that little nipple on the inside here. That's where I keep them for safekeeping. I did wash this one out recently, so I won't wash it now. I have a second one and that's being washed currently. This guy's here, best, #1 flask. All right, we're getting to the bottom here. I'm gonna grab some miscellaneous things that are just here for no reason. This is a Hydro Pack. What? Oh, here we go. I was trying to figure out where this went. This goes onto my flask right here. So that's the top to that. Another miscellaneous part is this water tube that goes into that very pink water bladder. This one is originally from the pink vest that I had. The one thing that I hate is it leaks. So I used it so much that I just started biting down on this part here, made a little cut in it, and it leaks while I run. So I should test it out to make sure that's still happening and throw it out if it is, because it's not worth it to have a leaky water bottle tube. It's not fun to be wet while running. I'll grab these 3 things because it's just the bottom of the drawer. Had no idea this was in here. This is my favorite lip balm that I take running. It is the e.l.f. Squeeze Me Lip Balm in the flavor Vanilla Frosting. This, perfect. I'm putting it on now because it literally tastes so good. Keeping forever. I have one for running and one for personal use. The other 2 things I have, looks like I found it. Look what happens when you clean things out. You'll find things you didn't know you had. Didn't know where it is. You know what I'm talking about. This right here has been a little bit of a lifesaver. It's the Target brand of KT tape. I think it's called Up and Up. I think it's the Up and Up brand of KT tape. This stuff, I've went through 2 tubes already. This is the 3rd tube. I use it only when I'm having feelings of shin splints coming up, or my knee starts to hurt, or I just need a little bit more of ankle stability. This stuff has helped me and saved me a lot, especially during a really good hump of training where it just gets a little bit hard and a possible injury may occur. This stuff's really good to not prevent it, but soothe the ache. It's all in my head most likely, but this stuff, good. All right, we're getting down to the bare bones now. This is my headlamp that I had prior to this guy right here. This is by the same brand. Okay, I'm gonna call it Petzl, I don't know how to pronounce it, but these guys are both from the brand Petzl. This is my first one that I got. I actually stole it from my mother, so sorry, Mom. That's that light right here, and this guy I really love, but it bounces a lot on my head. I'm hoping this guy has a better battery life, but I haven't been able to test it as much. I've only done 2 runs with this. This one I've done a ton of runs to, and it's died on me midway through like a 20-mile run at 3 a.m. So not good, but I still have this always as a backup just in case. It's a little bit more heavier than this guy, but what are you gonna do? You need light when you need it. The last couple of things in my running bookshelf is going to be some nutrition. This one is Tailwind. I do have 2 bags of Tailwind. I don't keep them here. I keep them in the kitchen. It's a little bit easier, but I have this one that I carry on the go on long runs if I need to refill my Tailwind. So I really love these packaging, but I haven't grabbed it. I've had this for about a year and I still haven't used it. It looks like it expires in 2028, so I've got 2 years. At some point I'm gonna be using this, maybe in a long race where there's a big distance between aid stations. This guy's in the flavor raspberry. Haven't tried it, but I will try it, so I'm gonna put it in a little food pile. All right, this bag's labeled fuel and it does not lie. Let's see what I have left over just sitting at the ready, at the go in my running bookshelf. I have Humagel in cinnamon apple. I have a Humagel in chocolate. I have a Humagel in blueberry, and I have a Humagel in strawberry. And then my last 2 things are from Cliff. These are the Blocks Energy Chews. They taste like candy. They are delicious. I use these on miles 15 and 20. So if I'm going on a long run, 20 miles, 30 miles, around mile 15 or 20, I will eat these. Fast energy, sugary, sometimes caffeine, sometimes electrolytes, depending on which flavor you got. This one has 50 milligrams of caffeine, so definitely a little caffeine push during those hard runs. These are delicious. I have an 18 pack of these shipping today from Amazon. I found them for like $13, and these are usually like $2.50 each. And so I found a really good deal, and they're shipping to my house, and they should come today, so I'll have a little bit more to put in here. And then the last thing that I have in here are salt sticks, fast energy salt tablets. This one's in green apple, and I do have another one that I forgot to clean out. Yep. I also have the peach flavor, which I forgot to clean out. This one is the same thing as this, those little salt tablets. I haven't tried the peach yet. I've been waiting for a really good time, but I haven't really been doing long runs, so hopefully I'll have the opportunity to use these. So those 2 right here. During my peak training, I'll have a lot more fuel ready and available, more whole foods as well. But that group is just a grab and go just in case I need it. Some leftovers from my 50-mile training block. These are all my water bladders as well as water flasks. Some of them are in the freezer because I put my bladders in the freezer to prevent mold growth. This one I haven't cared about because it's pink, so those are there to wash. I have my glasses pile right here, that little pile of Christmas stuff. I have my retired / not retired Amphi belt. I have these scarves for ice water and other things for hot runs. That one thing of Tailwind, which I will actually move this over here to my food pile. I have my 2 hats, my mittens, as well as my hand warmers, my hat, some race stuff over here, this umbrella, my lights over here. Oh no, this guy here. I have my lights right here and headlamp, some little recovery over here, which I will throw this guy right here. I have my 2 running vests right here that I don't use as much, as well as my little running belt. This is the new one. See how thin that is? Yeah, that one's better than that one. And then that guy right there, which I think at this point I'm just retiring for hikes only. And then my reflective stuff. And that's pretty much it. That is everything that I have. Now it's just time to put it all back together. I want to know down in the comments below if there's anything you guys have that I do not, so I can go ahead and try them out on a couple of runs, and maybe I'll feature them in a video coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.